Hey BookTok and BookTube friends and family. I'm going to talk to you today. Continuation of what I've been talking about beta reading and ARC reading, about whether reviewers should be buying books that they're reviewing. Now, Amazon kind of has this thing that if you don't buy the book, you get the book as a gift. You need to put a disclaimer that you got this book as an ARC and that you've read it as a favour to the author, whatever. Now, I don't normally do that, despite the fact that I get ARCs and Amazon approves my reviews, so don't tell Jeff. But it's a very interesting question, and I get a lot of authors approach me now, thank you all of you, and ask me to review your books for you. And 9 times out of 10, you offer me an ARC, or you've got a book on Kindle Unlimited, or you've got a book funnel channel, all of that, which is great. But I had an interesting situation the other day. I had an author contact me, and he writes self-help books. Now, those of you who've been following my channel know that I love thrillers and cozies and romance. Non-fiction stuff isn't really my vibe, and I'm not sure it's your vibe as well, so I'm hesitant to do anything self-help. But he asked me if I'd read his book from him, and I said, look, I would consider it. Self-help's not for my channel, but I would consider it. When I went to look at the book, it was on Amazon for $13. And I went back to him and I said, okay, so it's $13. Do you have an ARC copy available? He said, no. If you want to review my book, you have to pay $13. I was like, but wait, you approached me, asked me to read a book that's not in my wheelhouse, and now I'll have to pay $13 for it. So I graciously declined, as I'm sure all of you would. So what do you think about that? Is that cool? Is that uncool? Like, I don't know. I mean, it's not that I don't buy books. Like, I actually bought a book by accident the other day. How's that? So what happened is that I reviewed 3 of this author's books already on my channel, and I went to get the 4th book, but the 4th book wasn't on KU. It was about $5, so I just thought, okay, this one's not KU. So I bought it, read it, talked to the author, and said, oh, by the way, I bought book 4 the other day. And he goes, what do you mean you bought book 4? It's KU. I said, well, it wasn't. I paid for it. And he laughed and he said, oops, I forgot to flag it as KU. Let me refund you. I said, don't you dare. I love your writing. I'm very happy to buy this book. I don't want you to refund it for me. I'm very happy to support indie authors. So it's not that I don't buy books, but I don't like being asked to review a book and then told, but I have to pay $13 for it. So I'd really like to know from other reviewers, does this happen to you? Would you have paid the $13? Do you ever pay for books? Like, my attitude now is that if I stumble upon a new author and I'd like to review their books, I don't contact them first because I don't need your permission to give you a positive review. I'll buy the book and I'll read it and I'll review it. If we have a relationship after that and you ask me to review more books for yours, we may talk about an ARC situation at that point. But most of the time, I've got so many ARCs, I don't need to buy books. I don't need to be pressured into buying books that I don't even want to read. So I'm really keen to hear from other authors what you think about this, and especially from other reviewers. What would you do in a situation like this? That's my indie insight for today. See you next Wednesday. Bye-bye.